Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I'm actually doing a sports related topic, which I know is pretty rare for me to do on the channel, but usually when I do, it's for pretty good reason. I don't think I've made a sports video since my Cincinnati Bengals eliminated from the playoffs video back in like January or February or something. But after I saw the Morant news today, I knew I had to make a video. Actually, a couple months ago when this all really started to kind of unfold with the whole Morant waving his gun around in a strip club on Instagram Live thing, I was already like, man, I think I should probably make a video, right? But I ended up not making one. I ended up holding off because, you know, the NBA kind of came in. They were like going to probably end up suspending him for a pretty good portion of time, but he ended up like going to rehab or whatever and like publicly apologizing. He was punished by the team that he plays for, the Memphis Grizzlies and whatnot. So he got away with relatively a slap on the wrist the first time. And I was like, you know what? Maybe he's got to learn his lesson, right? Like there's no way this happens again. So I didn't make a video, but I saw this today and I was like, yeah, there's just no way I don't talk about it at this point. So even if you're not really like a sports fan or a basketball fan, I think you're really going to be able to take a look at this story and understand what I'm saying. Like it really has nothing to do with the sport itself. It's more or less about the off the court issues that Morant has continued to have over the last few months. So to give you guys a little bit of context for those of you who don't follow the sport, Morant is a 23-year-old superstar who plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's one of the league's young talents that have been rising up over the last few years. He's pretty much single-handedly helped make the Grizzlies franchise at least a little bit more relevant. He and Dylan Brooks have become like the supervillains of the NBA this season after, you know, just trash-talking everybody, disregarding everybody, even taunting LeBron James, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. So it just hasn't been a very good stretch for Ja. He's been having off-the-court issues. He had to miss some games that he shouldn't realistically have had to miss. It actually ended up really hurting him in his paycheck too, because Morant had a clause in his contract that would have awarded him $39 or so million if he were to be selected to the All-NBA team, which he wasn't selected to, most likely because of his off-the-court issues and the way that he basically portrayed and behaved himself. So you would have thought like the first time when he was caught waving his gun around in an Instagram Live at a strip club that when all that happened, that would have been it, right? He would have learned his lesson, but no, that is not the case, as today the internet is hit with another video of Morant waving a gun around on Instagram Live after almost completely derailing his career doing the same thing not even, 3 months ago? He has decided to get right back into it now that he has been knocked out of the playoffs by the Lakers. So, now my apologies, I had to mute the audio. That is because they were listening to, I believe, Youngboy. They were listening to some like copyrighted ass rap music. I definitely am not trying to get this video hit. So, that is Morant waving around a pistol in an Instagram Live again, and it's already, you know, sparked a huge debate online as to, you know, who's at fault, who really should bear the most blame here. Obviously, most people are realistically just kind of blaming Ja because, like, what can you do? I mean, the guy did it to himself. Like, it's not like he hasn't learned this lesson once before. And also, a lot of people are blaming the friend, saying like he's low-key hating because, you know, he went live while Ja had a gun and whatnot. Now, me personally, man, you can't take the responsibility off of Ja. This is a 23-year-old man who is making hundreds of millions of dollars to play in the NBA. He's already been punished for doing this type of shit before. He's already had his warning call, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, he's just doing it deliberately with no regard for any of the repercussions. So, you can't take that away from him. I mean, the guy did it to himself. The fact of the matter is, I don't think most people would even be mad if Morant was carrying a gun. I wouldn't give a fuck. I mean, exercise your Second Amendment right. If it's legal for you to carry a gun, I 1,000,000,000% don't blame you. I carry a gun. That's not what the issue is here, but that's what a lot of people are making it out to be. They're trying to pull the blame away from Ja. They're trying to blame the people reacting and shit like that. Oh, Morant was just exercising his Second Amendment rights. So let's go ahead and talk about that, because that cannot be further from the truth. Or at least it's extremely fucking misleading. So yeah, he is, I guess, exercising his Second Amendment right. But last time I looked at that pesky little Second Amendment, I don't see anywhere in there where it gives you the express right to brandish your firearm in public and wave it around like a fucking toy. That is not how you behave with a fucking gun. These are literally machines that kill people. They are designed to kill people in the most efficient way possible. It is not something that you sit in a car waving around. And if you look at the video, he's pointing it anywhere and everywhere. Like at one point he points it like dangerously close to his fucking head. He's like pointing it up in the air at the roof of the car. Like, that is not responsible gun ownership. It would have been completely different if he had a pistol on his hip. Fuck it, even if if he had a visible gun on him? I mean, like here in the state of Ohio, you are legally allowed to open carry weapons. I mean, I know that's not how it is everywhere. There's different gun laws in different states here in the United States, but the issue isn't him exercising his Second Amendment right. The issue is him being extremely careless and treating it like it's a toy. And why is he doing it? He's not doing it to like show, oh, I can defend myself, or to like prove anything that really matters. Ja, or as we could call him by his real name, Demetrius, has a fucking reputation of trying to be hood. Like he wants everybody to think he's fucking ghetto and that he's from the hood, bro. He's fucking tough. He's like all these rappers he listens to, bro. He's like Youngboy. He's like everybody from Chirac, right? Like Ja Totes, you know, like no one gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like I don't think any NBA fan, anyone living in the hood, anybody actually fucking living those lifestyles or anything, man, I don't think any of them are losing sleep about whether or not Ja Morant's really thug, bro. Like I just don't see it happening. Like nobody gives a fuck. Am I right? I mean, like this dude is making hundreds of millions of dollars. Like I said, there's so much money on the line for him. There's so much legacy on the line for him. The people he's trying to impress are people who are living in fucking dire straits. Like all these people from the hood that he's trying to impress and make them think like, oh man, Ja's like us, bro. He's from the streets. These people don't have shit to their name. These people are fucking living horrible, dangerous lifestyles that realistically most of them probably would rather not live if they had the opportunity. And you're sitting here trying to fucking impress them from your fucking mansion playing in the NBA, bro. Like, and let's be real, like let's go ahead and just make a couple comparisons here real quick. Like Demetrius Morant, okay, from my knowledge, grew up in a very affluent neighborhood with a basketball court in his yard, with both of his parents having a very nice marriage, and this man went to fucking private school. Like, what hood are you in, bro? Like, you're in fucking, you go to Hufflepuff Elementary talking about, oh, I'm really thug. Like, get serious, bro. Just because you're from Memphis and there's ghettos in Memphis don't make you from the ghettos of Memphis, man. Like, now let's take a look at somebody like DeMar DeRozan, who was an NBA player. He's been very successful in his career, too. He's had a pretty long, nice career in the NBA, right? This man was a Crip before he was in the NBA. Okay, he was really about that shit. Like, there have been people in the NBA that are really about that shit, that really don't fuck around. Like, they came from gang lifestyles. They came from the actual hood. You don't see them on IG Live toting pistols and waving them around, acting like they're fucking thug, bro. Like, it's just incredible, like, that Ja can be presented the opportunity to be an NBA superstar, which is an opportunity that a few dozen people in the entire world get. An opportunity that gives you generational wealth, that allows you to pursue any opportunity that you want to in life. You can create a legacy for your name, right? In any way you want. Given that opportunity, excels at it, is actually good at it, and instead of like pursuing it, he wants to like digress, like he wants to go back, you know what I mean? It's like, I just don't get what the fucking obsession is, man. And then of course, like I said, people are like, there's a bunch of arguing going on, because obviously, right, like the NBA / the Grizzlies are gonna have to do something about this, right? Like it was a PR disaster for the league last time that Ja Morant did this. Like it was in the fucking sports news for a minute. It was one of, if not the biggest storyline of the NBA season that year, aka this year. So him doing it again right after it all happened is gonna have to come with consequences, right? Like from what we're already seeing in the sports media, the Memphis Grizzlies have already suspended Ja Morant from any team activities. So not really sure how that matters, considering they got sent the fuck home and they're watching the playoffs from the couch. But I guess that means like he can't go to like any team meetings, any practices, probably can't like go to the facilities right now. The NBA is probably already starting their investigation into everything. I just don't understand it, man. Like, you get this opportunity and like the whole world's in front of you, and instead of just fucking doing what you need to do to make that work, you just decide to throw it all away for what? Like, and the thing is I probably sound like I don't like Ja Morant right now. That's not even the case. Like, when he first came into the league, even back in like when he was at Murray State and shit, like, I liked Ja Morant. I was like, you know, he's actually decent. And early on, I was rooting for him and Memphis because I liked the way he played. But now he's got this ego and shit, and he's doing shit like this. Like, yeah, I'm not going to support that. There are so many other players in the league that are worth supporting that don't act like fucking fools. Like, when you really think about it, what sense does any of it make, right? So, like, Ja Morant is, like, trying to put on this, like, persona that he's street, that he's thug, that he's hood, right? And he's doing it to what? 200 other other grown men who are all making millions upon millions of dollars to play basketball right alongside bro. Like, it's like basically trying to be like the biggest kid at the rich kid club or something. I don't know. Like, all these dudes are multi-millionaires. Like, none of them give a fuck about the streets. Or if they do, like, that's stupid. Most of them realize, like, hey, we're in the NBA now, right? Like, I don't have time to be doing stupid shit and trying to ruin my life. Like, what are you impressing when you do this? Who are you trying to impress? Like, do you think that, like, kids around the world are looking at you like, oh, wow, this is a fucking cool way to act, bro? Like, no, they're all looking at LeBron, right? Or, like, Steph Curry. People who are actually, like, good role models and, like, actually have won something in this league. I think that's really part of it, too. I think Ja Morant just thinks he's, like, such a big star that, like, he can't really be punished, right? Oh, I'm Ja Morant. I'm the face of the Memphis Grizzlies. The NBA can't do shit to me. The NBA is a multi-billion-dollar international conglomerate business, okay? The only player I would even remotely argue the league would grant some sort of crazy leniency on for something like this would be, like, maybe LeBron. And even then, I don't know. If it was constant shit like this, I don't even know if they would do that. Like, at the end of the day, they have a brand and a product that they have to protect. So people who are acting like the NBA is like some sort of in the wrong organization here because they're like trying to punish Ja and like the Grizzlies are trying to punish Ja, that's just fucking stupid. Like, they don't have time for the theatrics in the games. They're trying to run a product here. They're trying to actually run a reputable organization and league. And the Grizzlies don't need this shit. Like, his teammates just got eliminated from the playoffs. Like, at this point in time, they need to be focusing up, getting back in the gym, you know, keeping themselves in shape, working on their game, trying to fix some of the things that maybe they were doing wrong, and trying to focus on getting back at it next year. They don't need their star, their leader, getting himself in some bullshit ass trouble with something he just got in trouble with, right? Because now you're throwing everybody's chemistry off on the court. You're being a detriment to your teammates. It's not about just Ja here. It's the way he portrays himself, his family, you know, the people that he's around, his teammates. Like, that's what people seem to not really get about shit like this, man. It's really bigger than just Ja. It's not just, oh, you know, Ja Morant. Like, the way he's acting is affecting other people. It's not just him. And I'm sorry, that's when it's not cool anymore. Like, if you want to sit there and fuck up your own career and you want to be a moron and you want to destroy yourself, that's fine. We've seen plenty of athletes come and go across all the American sports leagues that have just crashed and burned the moment they got in the league or the moment they got some money and clout, right? But don't do it at the expense and the detriment of the people around you, you know? Your friends who are there to support you. I mean, you know, people are saying this guy's a bad friend and whatnot, but you will notice he pulled the fuck out of that camera the moment he saw that gun. Like, dude did try to at least fix the whole thing. Like, at the end of the day, they're both responsible for it, because, like, if I'm Ja's friend and I know he's gotten in trouble for some shit like that, I'm really not finna pull my phone out and start recording us and putting us on IG Live, right? Like, that's just not a good idea. But at the same time, Ja is a grown-ass man, and he knew that Instagram Live shit was going. Why the fuck are you pulling a gun out? Why the fuck are you pointing it around trying to be stupid with it? Like, it's just all around a really dumb situation, and like, it really has the potential to destroy Ja Morant's career. That's what he does not realize, I don't think. Like, dude is so like addicted to the idea of going back to the hood and assembling McDoubles for a living instead of just playing fucking basketball. I just don't get it. Anyway, with that being said though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about Ja Morant being stupid again, and signing out.